JEE Lions, welcome aboard. This is your captain Shreyas, and you are in the JEE 2024 PYQ series, where every lecture we bring to you the questions from JEE Mains 2024 attempt, both January as well as the April shift, and we are covering chapter by chapter for all the three subjects: physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Probably this is one of the most sort of series, also most requested series, and the series which will help you build that aptitude and the problem solving for your JEE 25 or even 2026. So the best part is we discuss all the questions and also detailed solutions. So make sure you are subscribed on the Vedantu JEE English channel and keep following me. Make sure you're also liking the video, mark your attendance if you have not done that yet. You have not given your Guru Dakshina. Hi Soumya Tara, good evening Gautam, hello Nikhil, hello Italy, good evening my dear warrior Pandus, whistle podu quickly WP. And it's time to start Newton's laws and friction, all the JEE questions, starting off with the MCQs. I hope you guys are geared up. Here comes the first question on your screen. Alright, what does it say? It says 1 kg mass is suspended from the ceiling by a rope of length 4 meters. Horizontal force is applied at the midpoint of the rope so that the rope makes an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the vertical, and as shown in the figure, find the force with which you have pulled. Earlier the string was like this. You pull it, and finally the string makes an angle of 45 degrees with the vertical. In such type of string questions, the trick is to always draw the free body diagram of the joint. You will see there is a force F from this side. You will see there is a force F from this side. There will be weight of 1g below, and this tension will be here, which is not known to me. But that tension, I can split it up into two parts. One component here and the other component here. The one closer is cos, C for cos, C for close. So this will be T1 cos 45. This will be T1, which is far away, is committing a sin. So T1 sin 45. When you show the forces on that joint, remember the net force on that joint should be 0 because it is in equilibrium. So vertical and horizontal forces must cancel. In the vertical direction, I would say T1 cos 45 is 1g, and in the horizontal direction, T1 sin 45 is basically F. But we know that the value of cos 45 and sin 45 both are 1 by root 2. That means both the LHS are equal. If the LHS are equal, even the RHS must be equal. Hence, I can quickly say that 1g is equal to F, or force is 1 into g, which is 10. Therefore, force is 10 Newton, which is option number B for your IIT Bombay. Yes, I hope this is clear. Hello Ganeshwar. Hi non-dangerous gamers. Wow. How do you guys think of such names? Soumya, you're going to join the Eklavya batch tomorrow. Will there be recorded classes? You will get recorded classes also, and you will get live classes also. All the live classes also get recorded in case you miss or you have joined little late. So you will get those missed classes recordings as well. Don't worry. Okay? Can you move? This is live, and even if it is premier, how does it matter? Okay, very good Tara, very good Nikhil, very good. Awesome. Sir, can I watch electrostatics with knowing gravitation? I mean, isn't it considered good, Ashwin? If you know gravitation, obviously you can do it easily. But if you don't, it will be still doable. I mean, if you see my lecture, you will see that I have not used any knowledge of gravitation to solve it. I have taught it independently. But yes, the knowledge of gravitation helps. Next question. The light unstretchable string passing over a smooth pulley connects two blocks. The acceleration is given. The ratio of the masses is how much? Let's show the system to understand what it is. So you have to find the ratio M2 by M1 basically. Imagine this is M1. There is this string, light pulley, inextensible string, everything is smooth. This is mass number 2. We all know that such a system will accelerate like this, and the acceleration formula for such systems is standard. You should remember it by heart. I mean, you can do it by solving also by drawing the free body diagram like tension, M1G, M2G and all of that. You can do it by FBD, but it is a lengthy process. It's better to remember it because this problem gets repeated many times. It's the difference of the masses upon the sum of the masses into the acceleration due to gravity. But this acceleration itself is given to be g by 8. So g by 8 is equal to divide numerator and denominator with m1. So it will become m2 by m1 minus 1 upon 1 plus m2 by m1 into basically g. What happens is this g and this g will obviously cancel out. So let's cross multiply this. So I'll get 1 plus m2 by m1 is equal to 8 times m2 by m1 minus basically 8. So how about shifting this guy here and shifting this 8 over here? So 1 plus 8 is equal to 8 times m2 by m1 plus m2 by m1. 1 plus 8 is 9. Did I do it correctly? Oh, sorry, this will become minus, my bad. This will be minus. So this is m2 minus m1. Yeah, m2 by m1 minus m2 by m1. Yeah, 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 times m2 by m1 and rearrange this. So m2 by m1, take that 7 below the 9. So it will become 9 by 7, which is C for Captain Shreyas. If you wrote C for Captain Shreyas, very good. Awesome. Yes, we'll be doing circular motion after this. Don't worry. Very good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good. Hello, Riru. Very good, Tara. Awesomeness, Arborine. Very good. Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and you will see this question again got repeated in JEE 2024 in some other shift. That's why I said question is important. See the same question, string passing g by 8. What is the ratio of the masses? Okay, but this time the option which would be correct will be option B, but the answer is the same, 9:7, which is the same thing which we did over here. Not just here, I feel it got repeated one more time in JEE 2024. Can you just imagine the same year, same question, maybe different values here and there, but getting repeated 3 times, guys. Same thing. What is the ratio of m1 by m2? This value they have changed. Instead of g by 8, they wrote g by root 2. But the procedure remains the same. Solving it, you get the answer as C. Is it clear? Will you be able to do it now? Because I have done this. Yes, give me a thumbs up quickly. And if you have not yet liked the session, please like it right now. And remember, we are now on WhatsApp, not just the Telegram, because Telegram is too risky right now, because you know a lot of controversies of Telegram are going on right now. It might get shut down also, who knows. So that's why we have an alternative backup channel, which is our WhatsApp channel for the Vedantu JEE English. Link is there. In fact, we have shared it on the Telegram also. Please join the official JEE English Telegram channel as well as the WhatsApp channel. Okay, so that you do not miss any updates, PDFs, everything. So this was done. Yep. Let's go to the next one. All right. Let's go. So now in this particular question, an object takes n times the time to slide down as it takes to slide down perfectly smooth plane. Coefficient of friction is how much? Angle of inclination is 45 degrees. So for this question, let me just probably take a new slide. That will be better. So let's imagine a smooth plane. If it is a smooth plane and the distance is s, the acceleration down the plane will be just g sine theta, and let's say the time taken is t1, or let's say it is t. Okay. Now, if you write the kinematic equations, it will look like this. S is equal to ut plus half at square. U is 0. Acceleration will be g sine theta into t square. That is basically your S. So S is nothing but g sine theta whole thing divided by 2 into t square. That is what I will get for smooth inclination. Similarly, if I do it for the rough plane, the only difference will be the acceleration won't be g sine theta. The acceleration will be g into sine theta minus mu cos theta. This is a standard problem which you have done in friction also. If you have just seen my class yesterday, you will see the same value I have got it by drawing the free body diagram. In case you have missed that class, it's there right on our channel. So just go back a little bit and probably you will see it over here, the part 2. Okay, so a detailed class, Newton's laws and friction. The second part mainly was with friction. So just check this out and probably, yeah, you will see it somewhere, maybe over here. Yeah, you can see right now here only somewhere I had done it. Okay, so we have done all these kind of questions. We have done all these kind of questions, you can see, right, for inclination. Cool. So just have a look. So with this approach, using again kinematic equations, I will get S is equal to 0 plus half into acceleration being g sine theta minus mu cos theta. But the time taken won't be t, it will take longer time, because it is clearly mentioned it takes n times more time to slide down on the rough surface. So it will be nt whole square. Therefore, our displacement will be g by 2, and then you have sine theta minus mu cos theta, and you have n square t square. You have n square t square. Now the best part is theta is already given to be 45, that means cos and sine will be the same. So therefore S will be g, sine theta will be 1 by root 2, so it will be g by 2 root 2 t square. Whereas over here it will look something like this, S is equal to g by 2, sine and cos both are same, so g by 2 root 2, and then you have 1 minus mu, and you have n square t square. You have n square t square. S from here and here I can just equate them. S from here and here I can just equate them. So I'll just remove this S and I will take this S and put it over here. So it will just become gt square by 2 root 2. Gt square by 2 root 2. Now I can say g and 2 root 2 is common both sides. So they will just get cancelled from here. 2, 2, 2, 2, root 2, root 2 just got cancelled. And what I will get now, observe carefully. Here I have t square and is equal to 1 minus mu, and I have n square t square. Oh, even t square will just get cancelled. I need not even put t square over here. So this will just be 1, because even t square would have just got cancelled. Perfect, no issues. So now just move this around. So this is 1 is equal to, we just had to find out the value of mu, right? So 1 by n square is 1 minus mu, right? So that means mu will be 1 minus 1 by n square. So that's the answer, 1 minus 1 by n square. That is the value of the coefficient of friction. It's just writing the accelerations in two different scenarios, realizing that smoother plane will accelerate faster, so less time, rough plane will accelerate slowly, so more time, so n times the time. So this will have time of n times of t. Using the kinematic equations for both the scenarios, realizing that displacement is not given, so best thing is to equate them, get rid of it. Many things just get cancelled. Solving it normally, you shall get the answer. Is that okay, everyone? Clear? Very good, Dreamland Chata. Awesomeness. Great. Shall we move to the next one? Coming up on your screen. Here it is. What does it say? A player is catching a ball, moving at some speed, completes the process. Force exerted by the ball on the hand of the player is how much? Okay. Guys, this is a question of Newton's second law. There is a ball which is moving. It stops finally in some time. So there is a change in momentum. Hence there is a force. So force is how much the momentum change upon the time. We are just interested in the magnitude. So final momentum 0, initial momentum mv upon the time taken to stop it. So 0 minus mv is negative mv, but we are taking mod, we are interested in magnitude. So it will be just mv divided by delta t. What is the mass? Let's substitute. Mass is 150 grams, so 150, 10 to the power minus 3. Velocity is 20, whole thing divided by the time, which is basically 0.1. So guys, this is just going to be 15 into 2, which is just going to be 30. And this 0, and this 0. So into 10 to the power minus 3. This 0, and this 0. Yes. So into 10 to the power plus 3. So hence the answer should be basically 30 Newton. Just check this out. Yes, it is 30 Newton. Perfect. Yep. Very good, Harborine, Dreamilpan. Awesomeness. Great, great, great. Very good, guys. Very good, very good. Keep it up. Shall we move ahead to the next question coming up on your screen? Okay. Again, similar question, again in same year. Can you believe it? Same thing, guys. Just use the same formula, mv by delta t. So the force will be again, mv by delta t. Use the same thing as before. There is no change at all. So mass is given 120, right? Velocity is given to be 25. Time is given to be 0.1. That's all. So 12 into 25, that's something 30. So I think it should be option number A. You can do this directly without solving it using this trick called as ignoring the powers of 10, zeros and decimals. So if you ignore the powers of tens, zeros and decimals, you only see the number 12 and 25. 12 into 25 is 300. Something else will be there, but that will be some power of 10. That doesn't matter to me as long as I see 3 in the answer. As long as I see 3 in the answer, which is there in option A. So directly I can mark option number A without having to calculate it. That is a simple trick of calculation where you ignore powers of 10, decimals and zeros. Cool? Very good. Hi Nitish, can you say what chapter is important in weightage? Sidhu, please watch my video, bacha. No importance to be given to anything. Right now you have to do everything. Okay? Shreyas man, thanks. Ezekiel Williams, can you help me with NSCP and info? First of all, I know I'm Shreyas man, but I'm also a teacher. So you better call me Shreyas sir, number 1. Number 2, for any kind of Olympiad preparation, yes, we have Olympiad training, but you need to put a comment. I will send you the link. Yep. Ashwin will be doing both parallelly because we have both 12th and 11th standard students. Okay, that's the reason. 3 bodies have equal kinetic energies. Question is, what is the ratio of the momentum? Is kinetic energy momentum related? Because I think so, there is. Kinetic energy is momentum square by 2m. So momentum is 2 times mk and the root. So momentum, well, kinetic energy is same, which means momentum is directly proportional to the root of the mass. Momentum is directly proportional to the root of mass. So hence P1 is to P2 is to P3 will be root of first mass 400. So 0.4 is root of 1.2 is to root of 1.6. This is what it will be. If you want, you can convert this into grams also. That will be also okay. So this will be root of 400 is to root of 1200 is to root of 1600. In grams, it will be better. Root of 400 is 20. 1200 is 400 into 3. So 400's root is 20. So 20 root 3. 1600 root is 40. 16 is perfect square of 4. So that's it. So divide this by 20 everywhere. So 1 is to root 3 is to 2. 1 is to root 3 is to 2, which is option number A. Very, very laddu question. These kind of questions are asked, and if you tell me JEE Mains is difficult, no, it is not difficult. It's just a matter of practice, knowledge, efficiency, accuracy, speed, all these things. That's all that matters. Because you have to save up time in certain parts. You have to utilize that time in difficult parts. Mathematics will need more time, physics will need medium time, chemistry will need the least time. Body of certain weight suspended through a chain of mass 10 kg, the branch pulls the chain by a force of. Imagine there is a body of 200 Newton and there is a chain of 100 Newton because 10g is nothing but 100 Newton. So in order for you to pull this, you will not only need 100, but you will also need to apply that 200, which will make it 300 Newton. I mean, I don't know why was this even a question in JEE Mains 2024. I mean, really guys, just look at the level of the question. It is very laddu question. This question was asked. You just have to add the weights. Obviously, that much force you will apply to pull it up. As simple as that. Next question. A body experiences the following 2 forces. Question is, what is the acceleration of the body? If this and this force act together, there will be a net force on it, which is the vector sum of F1 and F2, which will produce the total acceleration. So, if I add this and this, add I with I, J with J, K with K, 5i plus 3i is nothing but 8i cap plus 8j minus 4j is basically 4j cap plus 7 minus 3 is nothing but 4k cap. That is your force. But we won't stop there. We have to find the acceleration. So acceleration is force divided by mass. So force divided with 4 kg. So it will become 2i cap plus 1j cap plus k cap. 2i plus j plus k, which is option number A. Straightforward. I hope this is clear. Crazy cricket. Wow, how is it going in VIT? Let me know. I hope you have attended all those VIT series and maybe even before that the JEE series. I'm so glad. I hope you are having a great time. Yes, what kind of a joke it is. And advance wasn't that hard. I won't say that. I will just say it was non-controversial. They did not have very tricky things. The pattern was that usual complex pattern of matrix and multiple correct and numeric and all those things, which makes the paper solving strategy, speed and knowledge of all the concepts more important. It was not having anything very difficult out of the box. It was, yeah, you can say that for JEE Advanced. Moving on to the next one. A particle is moving in some plane, force is acting, momentum is given, k is constant. What is the angle between the force and the momentum? Yes, dairy milk is always favorite, and especially your dairy milk silk. Class duration maybe 1 to 1.5 hours, not more than that. Yep. Now, if you notice over here, since momentum is given and angle is asked with the force, I think we should use dot product. Remember, whenever angle questions comes with vectors, you use dot product. But I don't know the force, so use second law of Newton. Newton's second law says force is nothing but rate of change of momentum. So differentiate this with respect to time. So this is I cap. So derivative of cos kt with respect to time, this will be I cap minus derivative of sin kt j cap. Perfect. Derivative of cos is negative sign and k comes outside. So minus k sin kt I cap minus sin's derivative is cos. So it will be cos kt j cap, and that k will also come outside. It is not k cap, it is some constant. Don't get confused. Okay. Now all you have to do is take the dot product to find the angle and then divide by the magnitudes. That's how the usual process is. So take the dot product of the force with momentum to initiate the process of finding the angle. So what is there? Force is basically your minus k is common, and you have sin kt I cap plus cos kt j cap constructed with this thing, which is cos kt I cap minus sin kt j cap. Okay, this minus k is outside, let it remain outside. I cap with I cap is 1, sin kt into cos kt I will get over here, sin kt into cos kt, the first term. J cap into j cap is 1. Remember, I dot j or j dot I will be 0, so don't multiply that. So cos kt into sin kt with a negative sign. So it will be cos kt into sin of kt. The best part, these two terms are equal, so it is 0. So minus k multiplied by 0, which is a 0. That means the force is perpendicular to the momentum. So it is 90 degrees, which is the option A. Perfect. You didn't even have to do anything else. If it was not 0, then what you would do is you will write cos theta is actually force dot momentum upon magnitude of the force into magnitude of the momentum. So this is the formula which will give you the angle if it was not 90 degrees, maybe 60, 30, whatever it is. So you have to use A dot B by AB to find that other angle. But in this case, the dot product only came 0. So if the numerator is 0, cos of 90 is 0. Is that okay? You can watch it for NEET. Obviously, it's a good practice, of course. Moving on to the next one, a heavy box of certain mass moving on a surface, coefficient of friction, horizontal surface, the force of, really they need some level, guys. Look at this level of question. Seriously, it is ridiculous. I mean 50 kg box, okay, it is moving, okay, and there is kinetic friction, okay. Kinetic friction is basically mu k into n. The normal force will be mg, mu k is 0.3. This normal will be basically m into g. And what is that mass? Mass is 50, g is basically 10, so it will be 3 into 50, which is 150 Newton. Now over here you can see it is 147, 1.47, etc. Reason being, they have not taken g as 10, they have probably taken g as 9.8. Now you'll be like, they did not mention in the question. Okay, no issues. Let's say you take g as 10 only. Okay, then you will get the answer as 150 Newton. Correct? But this will be, the closest answer is 147, so you will directly mark it. So you should think on the spot only that, okay, even if I put g as 9.8, it will be slightly less than 150. The only option which is slightly less than 150 is 147. So you can directly mark it off. Is that clear, everyone? Yeah? Why you need not even know the value of g, whether it was 9.8 and 9.7, 10. Yeah, but what will you do if it was 147 and 150? Imagine both these options are there. One option says 147, one option says 150. Then what will you do? Assume that g value is not given. Assume g value is not given. This session PDF will not get, because these are just solution sessions. Question papers you get anyways, right, from the NTA website, etc. So this is just a solution thing. HC Verma is obviously a very good material. Cengage, it's up to you. You can buy it. If you already have certain other books, use that. If you have HC Verma, DC Pandey, don't have to buy anything else. Jungle Book, I'll update it. Nikki saying 147. Hi, Hari Krishnan. No, you will not choose 147. Or rather, you can choose 147. You can choose this also, this also. Both options will be marked correct because G was not given. You will claim for bonus. You will claim for bonus. Okay. But the more appropriate answer will be 147 because the true value of G is 9.8. We approximate it to 10. So, if such thing happens, you will go to the more appropriate thing, but both answers will be marked correct by NTA, hopefully, after you claim for bonus. Yes. Moving on to the next one. Yep. The thing is, remember the name. What we are trying to do is, we are also trying to do the ROAR series, which is having the theory part. Once that ROAR series is done, we'll just have exclusive problem solving sessions. In ROAR also we are doing problems, but I know they are mainly application type of problems or conceptual problems. But after this is done, I hope with your support, we complete the series as soon as possible. As many high weightage chapters, we try to crunch it in this short time. And then we will do newer problems, even the older PYQs, or even new problems which are not PYQs. That will be really cool. We'll be doing it once this is done. A wooden block of certain kg rests on a floor. Iron cylinder is placed on the top of the block. The floor yields and the block cylinder go down together. So some people got confused. They thought, the cylinder is rolling and all. No, it was not a rolling question. A wooden block is there. A wooden block is there. This is basically your 5 kg, and then you have this cylinder, and you have an iron cylinder of certain mass, okay, over here of 25 kg. And what happens? It is basically kept on a placed on the top of a block. The floor yields. If this is the floor, maybe it is soft. It yields means it gives away. It's like soft. It just like, okay, you sink in. So basically, if it yields, what will happen is this entire system will start going down, and the system goes down with an acceleration of 0.1 meters per second square. In such a scenario, the forces acting on the entire system are its total weight, which is basically 5 plus 25 into g, and there will be a normal force from the ground which we need to find. So by Newton's law, force down is positive in the direction of acceleration. So 5 plus 25 g minus normal is the total mass, which is 5 plus 25 into acceleration, which is 0.1. That's it. This is 30. 30 g is basically 300 minus n is 30 multiplied by 0.1. So therefore, n will be 300 minus 30 into 0.1 is 3. So n is basically 297 newtons. 297 is option number A, which is right over here. Is that understood? So this was the diagram. This is what is happening. It is going down. So the floor is not able to hold it. So the normal force is not exactly the weight. It is slightly less, because of which it is slowly going down. It is sinking in it. That's the question. Is that clear? Yeah. Awesome. Moving on to the next one coming up on your screen. No, it was not B option. Some of you said B. It's incorrect. B is not correct. A was the correct one. 2 kg brick begins to slide over surface which is inclined 45. Coefficient of static friction. It begins to slide this brick at this angle, which means this angle is nothing but your angle of repose. Your angle of repose. So basically tan 45 is nothing but the static friction. Tan 45 is 1. So coefficient of friction is 1. Such laddu question came. Can you believe it? It just begins to slide. So the angle at which anything which is kept on an incline begins to slide, that critical angle is angle of repose. Correct. Okay, sir, if I start from now, can I score 180 in physics and NEET? Oh, NEET. Dijeshwar, you have time, bacha. You definitely can. Definitely. There is time. 180 is possible. A wooden block initially at rest on the ground is pushed by a force which increases with time. Which of the following curve describes the acceleration of the block? I mean, I don't know why this was such a thing over here. People thought this is complicated, but the surface was smooth. It was not mentioned anything. So this force is there. This acceleration will be there. So acceleration will be force by mass, but the force is linearly proportional to time, clearly mentioned. So therefore the acceleration is also proportional to time, starting off with 0. So hence this option should be correct, starting off with 0. I mean, there was nothing about it. The force is itself increasing linearly with the time. So that's why I said F is nothing but KT. F is nothing but some constant into time, K is some constant. It's okay. Yep, very good. Let's move on to the next one. Consider a block and a trolley system as shown in the figure. The coefficient of friction is given. Acceleration is how much? Consider the string is massless, unstretched, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so in this particular question, what you can see is that this 6 kg block will experience this 60 Newton tension force, 60 Newton weight force. There will be tension over here. This will be accelerating down. This will be accelerating down. The same tension, because the same string will pull this guy here. The friction will act behind. It will have a value of mu into n, where n will be balancing just the weight of it. The weight of it is 20 g. So the normal force will be just balancing it. Mu is how much? 0.04. So 0.04 into 20 into g. G is basically 10. These two zeros will shift the decimal 2 times. 4 into 2 is basically 8. So 8 Newton. So for this guy, which is going to accelerate this way, this tension will cause that acceleration. So hence I can simply say tension is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass is how much? 20. Acceleration is how much? Sorry, my bad guys. I can just say tension minus friction, which is 8 Newton, is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is 20, acceleration I don't know. Just leave it like that. Then look over here. Here I can say 60 Newton minus tension is mass into acceleration. So 60 minus tension is mass multiplied by acceleration. This equation and this equation, if I add both of them, just think about it. If I just place this equation, T minus 8 is equal to 20 multiplied by A over here, then I can just add them so that the tension gets cancelled. So I will be getting 60 minus 8 is equal to 20A plus 6A. This is nothing but 54 is nothing but 26A. So basically A is nothing but 2. So A is nothing but 2 meters per second square. Is that right? Everyone got it? Very good, Harborine. Very good, Saurav. Awesome. Awesome, 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 Nikhil. No, Nikhil, it is not C. Hi, Khalif. Good evening, my dear warriors. Moving on to the next question on your screen. There is a block, rough incline. This question is very good. This question's concept is derived from a much older question which was asked many years back in JEE. So if you have solved many papers, you will remember this kind of question was there. There are two forces, and some forces required to just prevent it from going down, some forces required to push it on the top. And I think there the question was finding coefficient. Here the coefficient is given, they are asking the difference of the forces. So what is different in both of them? Let me tell you. See, if you look over here, force number 1 is the force required to just move the block up the plane. Meaning, you pull this block up, it just is about to slide up, which means the friction will prevent it from sliding up. So the frictional force is acting down the incline. The frictional force is acting down the incline. Apart from that, you also have your mg sine theta. The normal force and mg cos is already there. So this component will be 5g sine 30. That is the component of weight, and the friction component will be mu mg cos theta. So mu is how much? 0.1. So 0.1 multiplied by 5g cos 30 degrees. This is mg cos, this is normal. So in this particular scenario, I can just say the upward force. Do you understand why friction is down? Because it wants to go up, so friction will oppose the tendency to slide. Tendency is to slide upwards. So this is the tendency. It tends to slide upwards. So the opposition, so it will oppose like this. It will oppose like this. So F1 will be balancing these two forces, which is 5g sine 30 plus 0.1 5g 0.1 multiplied by 5g multiplied by cos 30. So what is the value of F1 then? 5g is common, so which is 50. Sine 30 is basically half, plus 0.1, I'll just put it as it is. Cos 30 is basically root 3 by 2. So basically, if you want, you can just write this as 25 plus what will happen? 50 by 2 is 25. So this will become 2.5 root 3. 50 by 2 is 25. Multiplied by 0.1 will make it 2.5. So root 3 remains as it is. So that is your F1. Now same logic you use to find force number 2. Force 2 is required to prevent the block from sliding down. So the tendency is to slide down. So the opposing force should be up the incline. So the frictional force will be like this. So it will be mu mg cos theta, which means 0.1 into 5g into cos 30. Normal mg cos will be there. Mg sine is anyways there, which is 5g sine 30. To prevent it from sliding down, you will hold it. You will be like, okay, wait, listen, I'm just applying this force F2. So net upward force will be F2 plus this frictional force, which is 0.1 multiplied by 5g cos 30, balanced by downward force of the weight component 5g sine 30. So therefore, your F2 value will be this, which is 50. Sine 30 is basically half, minus, why minus? I am taking this guy over here. So this will be 50. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, and you also multiplied by 0.1. So this will be 25 minus 2.5 root 3. That is your value of F2. But the question is only something else. The question is the difference of F1 minus F2. So F1's magnitude minus F2's magnitude, if you subtract these two, this is 25 plus something. So 25 plus 2.5 root 3 minus this thing, which is 25 minus 2.5 root 3. There you go, 25 cancels. It will become 2.5 plus 2.5, which is nothing but 5. So 5 root 3 Newton. That should be the answer, which is option A. Cool? Got it? Thank you so much, Saurav. Means a lot. Here, main thing is the direction of the friction which changes. See, mg cos, mg sine, normal, those are basic forces everybody knows. When in the second case, force 2 is required to hold it. So force 2 It's like this block wants to go down. You're like, okay, wait, I'm holding you. So that's why force 2 is up. And because it tries to go down, friction acts up. In the first case, you want to push it up the incline. So F1 is up. So it is on the verge of slipping this way. It tends to slip up. So friction opposes down. So once you know the correct directions of friction, it's just about balancing the force up and down the plane and finding F1, F2 and then subtracting it. Is that okay? Let's move ahead to the next one. Okay. So in the previous question, not 52. Oops, did I put by mistake? Oh, what did I just do? Sorry. My bad. This was 52. Yeah, thank you so much. That was a silly mistake. Yeah, 52 and now it is fine. Cool. Moving on to the next question on your screen. In a given arrangement, double inclined plane, 2 blocks. Blocks are connected by light string, ideal pulley, coefficient of friction, block plane, blah blah blah, given mass is 10. So question is, acceleration is also given. Block of mass 10 kg is moving down with this acceleration. Find the value of small m. I'll tell you, it's all about free body diagrams, nothing more, nothing less. So normal mg cos, those are like standard forces. There will be one force which is capital mg sine theta, that means 10 g sine 37, sorry, sine 53 down. There will be also tension like this because it goes down, so there will be friction also like this, which will be mu mg cos theta. Mu is given somewhere 0.25, so 0.25, mass is 10 g cos 53. The result of that is it is accelerating down with 2 meters per second square. So if you had to write down the equation for this, it will look something like this. This minus these two forces is mass into acceleration. Net force on the body is mass into acceleration. So net force will be big force, which is 10 g sine 53 minus these two's addition, minus t minus 0.25 10 g cos 53 is equal to mass into acceleration. So 10 multiplied by 2. This is one equation. Same thing you do for this guy. There will be one tension up the incline. There will be this mass which is accelerating like this with 2 meters per second square. Normal and mg cos are anyways there. Mg sine 37 will be downwards. Mg sine 37 will be down. Because it is sliding up, friction will act down the incline, which will be mu mg cos theta. Mu is 0.25, so 0.25 multiplied by mg cos 37. So the equation for this will be, since it is going up, tension will be positive. These two are opposing it, so they will be negative. So tension minus mg sine 37 minus 0.25 mg cos 37 is equal to mass into acceleration, that means m multiplied by 2. If you note carefully, you will realize when you add both these equations, just think about it, what will happen is that the value of the tension will get cancelled. This and this will get cancelled. Minus t and plus t will get cancelled. Only an equation with m will come. Solve it for m, you will get the answer. Solve for m after this. Solve for m and you will get the answer for the mass. That's it. It comes out to be 4.5 kgs. That solving part you can easily do. It's not that difficult. If you have forgotten the value of sine 37, cos 37, all those things, let me just quickly remind you of that triangle which is there. If this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 90, 5, 3, this makes it 53 and the remaining angle is 37. From this you can find everything. This is the magic triangle which you should know. Okay, for example, sine 53 will be opposite by hypotenuse, so 4 by 5. cos 37. Cos 37 is adjacent by hypotenuse, so 4 by 5. So you can get all the values. Is that okay, everyone? Clear? Yep. Okay, okay. Moving on to the next question. There is a block of certain mass and there is a cross section given by this equation. Coefficient is given, maximum height till which the block can be placed without slipping. So let me tell you what is exactly happening. Imagine this to be the x-axis, this to be the y-axis, this is the origin. There is some random curve which is y is equal to x square by 4. That means it is parabola, something like this. So this is our curve, y is equal to x square by 4. As you place some block at different places, it becomes steeper and steeper. So the tendency to slip will increase, and then comes a point where it slips, where the inclination reaches the angle of repose. So you can think of multiple inclined planes here, 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 and there comes an inclined plane where the tangent drawn to the curve becomes or makes an angle alpha with x-axis, where this is your angle of repose, and this tangent is like your inclined plane, So that's the reason why this mass will tend to slip down after this particular height. So can we find that? Yes, why not? First of all, I know that tan of alpha is basically mu. Tan of alpha is also the slope, and slope is nothing but dy by dx. dy by dx means the derivative of x square by 4, which is 1 by 4 multiplied by 2x, which is just x by 2, and coefficient of friction was already given to be 0.5. 0.5 means half, so this is half. That means x is equal to 1 meter. So x is basically 1 meter. So if x is 1, think about it. If the x coordinate is 1 meter, what is that height? So the height is the y coordinate, and the y coordinate is x square by 4, x being 1. So 1 square by 4. So that's it. It is 1 by 4 meter. So 1/4 of a meter, which is the D option. No, it is not C, it is D. No, it is not 1 by 6, it is not 1 by 2, it is not 1 by 3, it is 1 by 4. Yes, Nikhil, some of you made a mistake. It's okay, it happens. That's why you guys are coming here to learn from that. Great. Moving on to the next question on your screen. Here it is. 3 blocks, duck, 5, 3, 2, pulled by 80 Newton. Question is tension T1, tension T2. Okay, very simple standard question. If you take the entire, for such problems, take the entire system as 1 to find the internal forces, then the entire system will be 5 plus 3 plus 2, which is basically 10 kg. This 10 kg is pulled by 80 Newton force. So this entire system is accelerating. So I will say 80 is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. So acceleration is 8 meters per second square. Why did I do that? Because I will use that to find any one of these internal forces. Here internal will not matter because I have taken the complete system. So if I just take the 5 kg block, the only force on it is in T1 and it is accelerating by 8 meters per second square. So T1 will be mass multiplied by acceleration, which is 40 Newton. So T1 is 40 Newton. That's it. There is only one option like that, A. So directly mark it. Don't even have to find T2. I mean, at least they could have framed a better question, no? At least by giving some good options. At least 2 options should have had 40. Then the student would have solved for second option. A smart student will not even solve for the second one. Yep, makes sense? Okay, but we will solve it because we don't know what might happen in the actual exam, right? Maybe next year, hopefully, watching Shreyas sir's classes, they become a little bit smart. So let's say this is T1 for 3 kg, this is T2, and it is accelerating with 8 meters per second square. So in this case, T2 minus T1 is mass multiplied by acceleration. So T2 will be 3 8 24 plus T1, which is 40. So hence it is nothing but 64 Newton. So we got the value of T2. It is exactly matching right over here. Okay, we did not have to do it, but just did it just in case. Maybe, who knows, next year they might give confusing options. So as far as possible, try to eliminate. That's what you are learning here. This question, all surfaces are rough as shown in the figure. Assume frictionless pulleys and the string are light. Acceleration of the block of mass 2 kg is. Let me just draw a fresh diagram, that will be better. So this is like this. How much is this? 2 kg, 30 degrees. Okay, this is the system. Now, this is actually constrained motion problem, like I told you yesterday also. Whenever multiple pulleys or moving pulleys are there, go by the method of tension, meaning show the tensions on each of these blocks. For example, say this block is encountering a tension of T, same string here. So this will be T, this will be also T only. This block will encounter a tension of 2T. T and T will combine together as one single string as 2 times of T. Now, the accelerations are exactly in the inverse ratio, meaning if this is T and this is 2T, the acceleration of 4 kg, if I assume it to be A, this will have an acceleration of 2 times of A. It's got nothing to do with the masses, just go with the tension. If this was T and 3T, this will be A, this will be 3A. So always inverse ratio. Okay, the motion is always inversely proportional to the tensions in the same direction. Yep. Now, yeah, we'll have advanced questions also, but let me complete mains. Definitely, Saurav, that's my main aim, because I want you guys to enter into IITs. So obviously we'll have the advanced series once sufficient number of main series are or mains questions are done. Yeah, so once this is done, it becomes straightforward. This will have its own weight, which is 4g. This will have the weights component. So that will be 2g sine 30. I think all surfaces were smooth. Yes, perfect. There you go. So for this guy, the equation would look something like this. I'll write it here. 4g minus 2t is equal to 4 times of acceleration. 4g minus 2t is mass into acceleration. For this guy, t minus this. So t minus 2g sine 30 is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is 2, acceleration is 2a, don't forget that. Now 2 into sine 30, sine 30 is half, 2 cancels, so it will just become g is equal to 4 times of a. What I can do is, I see 2t over here, so multiply this by 2. So 2t minus 2g is equal to 8 times of a. I will take this equation number 1 and equation number 2 and add them. Add 1 and 2. Add 1 and 2, see what do you basically get. 2t and 2t will cancel, so I will have 4g minus 2g on the left hand side. Right hand side 4a and 8a over here. So this will just become 2g. This will just become 12a. So this will become g. This will become 6a. So therefore acceleration will become g by 6. So the acceleration of 4 kg block is g by 6. Acceleration of, but they have asked the acceleration of 2 kg block. So think about it. The acceleration of the 4 kg block is g by 6. What about the acceleration of the 2 kg block? 2 kg block has an acceleration of 2a. Whatever is 4 kg's acceleration, it is 2 times of it. So 2g by 6, which means it will be g by 3. Which means it will be g by 3. Lot of students, after solving this question, they mark the answer as, g by 6 instead of g by 3. They forgot what was asked in lot of enthusiasm, in that positive mindset. Oh sir, I got the answer. You got A as g by 6, you will be very happy and you will mark it. But then you realize, wait a minute, this acceleration is of 4 kg, but what is asked in the question is of 2 kg. So if you don't realize that, you will make a grave mistake. You will feel so pathetic after coming out of the examination hall, because after solving so much, which is the most difficult part, if you make a mistake here, how will you feel? So that's why be very careful on what is asked versus what you have found. They might not be the same thing. Yes, now onwards the session PDFs, everything will come on the WhatsApp channel. For the time being, we are using both because we don't know what might happen to Telegram. We would ideally continue in Telegram, okay, because it has more features, but you never know, Telegram might get banned in India. So that's the reason why we might be shifting in case. Okay, what about this? Limiting frictional force depends on the area of contact and independent of the material. This is 100% wrong, guys. I mean, grave mistake. What is this? This is 100% wrong. Limiting force does not depend on the area, and it actually depends on the materials. Wood, plastic, tar, stone, depends 100%. What about this? Limiting force of kinetic friction is independent of the area and depends on the materials. This is definitely correct. It is independent of the area and basically and it depends on the material. Yes, definitely. So 1 is wrong, 2 is correct. 1 is wrong, 2 is correct. Perfect. This was asked as a statement question. Can you believe it? This is like theory. Okay, let's come to the numerical part now. Here is a numerical question coming up on your screen. The blocks M1, M2, M3 having masses 4, 6, 10 are hanging blah blah blah. Tension in the rope 1 is T1 when they are moving upward with an acceleration of 2. Question is find T1. All right. Yes, Lada, option A was the correct answer for the previous one. What about this one, guys? Very, very interesting, guys. See, if I want to find T1, I don't bother, I don't care about T2, T3, make it internal. How? See, if I draw FBD of M1, T2 will be unknown, which I do not know. So, best thing to do is take this whole bunch of people as one system. Take it as a system, so the tensions become internal. It's not your headache anymore. So the total mass of the system will be, what is it? M1, 4, 6 and 10. 4 plus 6 plus 10. 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 10 is 20. So 20 kg. So now it becomes very simple. Guys. You have 20 kgs. Okay, what are the forces on it? One from outside T1, one from below, which is 20 G. And it is accelerating up with 2 meters per second square. Guys, this is like T1 minus 20 G is equal to mass into acceleration. Use Newton's law, that's all. So T1 will be 20 G, take it on the other side, plus 20 into 2 is 40. So 200 plus 40, which is 240 Newton, which is 240 Newtons. Perfect. Where is it? Yes, 240 Newtons. That is the correct answer. Understood? Choice of system. So they are testing your knowledge whether you can choose a system correctly or not. See, if T2 or T3 was asked, then it will be a headache. First you find T1, then you draw FBD of M1, then you find T2. If T3 is asked, again one headache only. So this problem was a little bit easy because the uppermost tension was asked, otherwise it would be slightly more difficult. The next numeric question, forces are acting on a body, one force is thrice the other force and the resultant of the two forces is equal to the force of the larger magnitude, finding the angle. I think this is more of vectors than anything else. So let's assume few things. One force has a magnitude thrice of the other force. How about taking the other force as let's say x. So this first force has a magnitude of 3 times of that other thing. The resultant force is equal to the force of the larger magnitude. Larger is 3x. So the resultant will be 3x. We all know resultant square is a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. We have to find theta over here. You can also see cos. It promotes your vector addition formula. So resultant is 3x. First force is, let's say, 3x. Other force is basically x plus 2 into 3x into x into cos of theta. X cancels. So 3 square is equal to 3 square plus 1 square plus 2 3s are 6 cos theta. 3 square cancel. So 1 plus 6 cos theta. So therefore 6 cos theta is equal to negative 1. So cos theta is equal to 1 by negative 6. So therefore theta is nothing but cos inverse of 1 by negative 6. They have asked the mod value of that. So minus 6 mod value is basically 6. Hence the answer is 6. Yep, very good. That's it. That's it. Very straightforward. No, it is not 120. It is not 120. Not every time. Cos inverse 1 by 6 is not 120. Be careful. And those were the questions which are asked from Newton's laws and friction in 2024. Although it looks simple, don't feel overconfident, because you never know, JEE 2025 might be very different. In fact, if you notice, in 2022 and 2023, the questions were little bit different than the pattern which was asked. Pattern as in not the number of questions, but from which places they picked out the questions in Newton's laws itself were a little bit different. And you will see every year the trend changes. So it's better to solve as many questions as possible. So you can use the hard copy books of 2022 and 2023, which has 46 shifts of papers with the detailed solution, just like we are doing here today for 24. So 22 and 23 papers available in the hard copy form, arranged chapter wise and topic wise for all the 3 subjects, physics, chemistry and mathematics. The link is there in the description box below. So let me just show it to you in case you want to order it today. It will reach you very soon. So go down in the description box. You can see JEE PYQ physics, chemistry, mathematics booklets are there right over here. It's for $8.99, but you will get additional discount once you say buy it now, because the coupon code automatically gets applied. All right, I think it should be VTSH or SH10 or something like that. So it's just probably around 800 and some chiller rupees, for which you can order. It will be delivered at your place. Okay, it's a set of 3 different subject books with 1380 questions with detailed solutions. Make the best use of it. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Smash the like button. I want to see you in the comments. Next chapter, what is it? Okay, bye bye. Take care. Have a great evening. Bye bye. Hasta la vista.